Do you ever really miss watching big films that, mean something? Have a message intertwined with the dialogue, the acting, and feeling like the director, gives a shit? Yeah, me neither. Michael Bay, director, producer, artist, is known for his big bombastic films and the explosions that inhabit them, and he gets a lot of flack for this style. But if you see his early work in advertising, you could get that he was always a high-tea brother from the beginning. He was never scared to go a little crazy and really push the public's perception of how to present something, especially in a market like advertising that's so rigid, making some very good work as he built up his reputation. Over time, he got the opportunity to make feature films, and it's hard to discredit his work. From the beginning, he understood what makes a blockbuster film connect with the general audience. That's where Pain and Gain comes in. Released in 2013, Pain and Gain is a passion project of Bay's, as he had been sitting on the script for a long time and had only recently received the budget for the film, $22 million, which seems like a lot, but it's not that much, especially for this type of film and the cast involved. Bay was dedicated to getting his vision out there, and after an arduous shoot, his hard work paid off as the film released to thunderous applause. Come on guys, I don't have to do anything too crazy. Pain and Gain is a true story that follows a group of Miami-based bodybuilders who are dissatisfied with their lives, living paycheck to paycheck, not being able to accept the bare minimum after being raised on the commercialized philosophy of the American dream. They goad each other on into kidnapping a rich entrepreneur to scam him out of his fortune. They try and fail to kill him after scamming the guy, only to spend all the money in the passing weeks and prey on their next victim, an adult video producer that has a wife that looks like a Skyrim mod. These completely normal, functioning members of our society are Daniel Lugo, played by Marky Mark, a man who embodies the Cope Wojak as he works at a gym, looks like a marble statue and can't get over his failures. Not any concrete failures, trauma, or wildly individual situation marking him for depression, but a human feeling of insatisfaction, wanting to be something else, wanting more. His balls-to-the-wall Asperger's is amplified when he visits Chinese Andrew Tate and is convinced that he can accomplish anything without the effort. Okay, yeah. He lives a life of not unhappiness, but frustration, the hurt that most of us live. He doesn't have dreams of vast power, he just wants that lawnmower, that picket fence yard to mow, something truly his own. He ropes in Adrian Dorbel, an insecure fast food worker that sure loves his juice, and only wants a real nice big girl. And Paul Doyle, played by The Rock, and holy shit, is he acting? An ex-convict released after being crippled by a coke addiction, leading him to Christ. Looking to get past his mistakes and become a better person, he breaks under the kinship that Daniel offers him and ends up where he started, broken. These three bodybuilders all wanted something that society dangled in their face, raised them on, and they are so desperate to achieve it that they stole, murdered, and grilled for it. Satisfaction. The film glorifies the events that took place in the late 80s, forming a sweaty, ecstasy-laced satirical dark comedy that plays out like a Jack Tati film if Jack Tati was juiced to the gills and benched 280, punching holes in anything grounded, presenting a hyperactive need for speed. The style really lends well to the characters as they act like apes, chimping out at the slightest bump in the road. And believe me, there's a lot of bumps. The film is unhinged in every way possible while still maintaining a hilarious tone throughout the chaos, as we see these guys go through their shit in this hyper-saturated, maximalist slice of Americana. A pure expression of contempt for humanity that it's surprising Michael Bay wasn't arrested at the premiere. I know how you feel, Mike. I make videos on YouTube myself, so we're basically the same. The Three Stooges can be seen as goofballs and borderline retards at times, but I can only see a lost sense of individuality, a lack of something pure to grasp onto. They're fueled by greed and roids, but they act this way because the society around them appears to be this way, products of downfall. They are simple men, naive enough to think that they could actually gain something that maybe wasn't theirs all along. Pain and Gain also explores a philosophical detriment to the modern gym bro, pushing themselves for the appearance alone to impress others, when really the body is half of what's needed to achieve some form of good. Yukio Mishima explores this concept well within his book Sun and Steel, discussing his bodybuilding and connecting this to his spiritual musings, embodying the age-old tale, stronger body, stronger mind. Michael Bay seems to understand this, showing the group's mental failings and how neither side of the pendulum works without the other. It feels like a lot of the stuff that's coming out these days serves just to pass the time, make you numb, and receive whatever is on the screen. What Bay does here is turn that concept on itself with something that on paper seems like another cookie-cutter nostalgic action flick, and yet, at the very core of it, it feels more like a manifesto than a cash grab. His genuine rage and unfiltered vision of excess in the modern world feels so at home in the catalogue of films defined by revolt. Yet, like a lot of the stuff I talk about, people didn't really see it for that when it was released. A lot of critics see guys like Daniel Lugo. I can't relate because he isn't this black and white, society sucks, Jim bro. It's presented in a format that truly challenges the viewer. He perfectly understands how a blockbuster should be. A big film with heart, flavor, and a little something for everybody. Could have been a forgettable nothing was forged into an odyssey of Greek gods, failing to be content with what they had, wanting more until they flew too close to the sun. Growing up with the dream of becoming a self-made man, only to come to terms with the fact that the manifest destiny of old is just that, old. Their dream was nothing more than corporate propaganda. Their own hubris laying the grounds for defeat in a world made for such a thing. This societal critique being lost on the masses, the same people that take IGN reviews seriously and pay for Genshin Impact skins, these same people that have just as much to say as you and I, and yet you and I can never get to where we want to be. Michael Bay makes the Sun Gym gang out to be a fairly pathetic bunch, and yeah, they're pretty dumb, but he doesn't fail to show them as human, showing his contempt not only for them, but also for the system, for everyone. You're lulled into a sense of comfort, laughing at these modern day clowns doing their little monkey dance. Monkey. But after rewatching it again and again, you come to understand that we all sing and dance the same song. America and everything it stands on is based on this dream. A dream so corrupted and wrong. Holy shit. Starfield Premium Edition has the Constellation skin pack? Dude, I gotta check this out. The great American novel for the Zoomers who never tried to read. For those of you who are still dismissive of these schizo ramblings I'm presenting, no worries, my correctional officer didn't really get it either, so let me leave you with one of my favourite monologues from the film. The last thing said by Daniel Lugo as he lays defeated. I feel like he says it better than I ever could.
All I ever wanted out of life was what everyone else had. Not more, just not the less I was used to. Well, I took a real swing for it, you know? And for a while, it was like I always thought it would be. I was one of you, and it felt good. People finally saw me like I saw myself, and you can't ask for more than that.